here in Denmark, every third woman is above a size 42. So think about what the fashion industry is actually doing to these women, because not all of them is categorizing themselves as a plus size woman. They just see themselves as women, and that's what a part of the fashion industry should take responsibility on. I wouldn't personally like to be categorized in anything. I just want to be me, and I want to have my own choices. My name is Heidie, and I have been in the fashion industry for many years. When I got my first job, the head of design, she was like a very slim girl, and she was our house model as well. So obviously everything was like very tiny and very small. And for me, I couldn't fit in the clothes unless it has a lot of stretch in it. And I was like, okay, I'm not that big, you know, compared to so many others, but that meant that they were excluded. I think being a size extended brand and really try to do my best in all of my visuals to take responsibility towards the younger generation, that's how I want to move forward and be like an inspiration to other brands, for instance. The words that we're using can have not to everybody. Somebody is like okay with it, but a lot of women or men, they are not like okay by putting into a category. So that's why I choose that we are like a size extended brand, because either you're like a plus size brand or you're like, I just say standard size brand. So now I feel that it's time that we merge this, that we don't like put people into categories.
Plus-size clothing has historically been ignored in the eyes of the mainstream fashion. Although curvy bodies were seen as a norm, movie stars and models still represented an idealized image of a skinny body. By the 50s, the term plus-size was used to market fashion for curvier women. More representation for plus-size consumers emerged during the following decades. However, curvy women were left without many mainstream options until the 80s. It's not until the 2000s that plus-size fashion made it to the mainstream, due to the impact of social media. The massive publications of articles, videos and posts sparked important discussions about the roles of plus-size models in the fashion industry. Despite the growing representations of plus-size models within the industry, an American study confirms that 68% of women have felt offended by the words plus, curvy and extended. The actual debate relies on whether or not the label plus size should be removed.
So now we are going down to visit our warehouse. We have a little thing to pack and unpack. The gap in the market for me is to see like many designer brands, many independent brands is like only focusing on the size 44, 46 and then going up to 42. So we have the very commercial brands, which is like doing the curvy line, but still it has the category. You know, you still need to go into the category as a curvy or as a plus, but I'm convinced that this is not the future. Hi! If I could choose, I would just take every size in the whole wide world, but that's not possible for us because, of course, the fabric consumption is more. So when I go to my manufacturers with my design, we definitely see a larger cost for this because it's natural. It's raw materials you are working with. It takes a more time because, of course, a size 34 and a size 52 is, you know, you do use more fabric. It's expensive also to do the production because it's also about selling. Of course, if we don't sell any products, we will not be able to do a new collection. You know, talking about it, decided, okay, we will be starting from 34 and then to 52. And then maybe we can, you know, in the future, I'm dreaming about adding one more size, like a size 54, because then I think that would be suitable for our universe.
It's more comfortable to be around photo shoots right now. There's not all these criteria that you have to be under.
We have made progressions and there's much more jobs for plus size models in general, but I still feel like there is so many more steps that can be taken so that there's not just that one representative of the whole group.
I think you're starting to see like bigger models, plus size, curvy models, a lot of androgynous model, you have trans people on the catwalk, more colors like skin colors.
I've worked with clients where they only wanted me because I was plus size, but they don't sell plus size clothes.
Oh yeah, I mean, I work with a lot of the brands.
That was literally just to be a part of the trend, but they're not really doing that because they're not carrying plus size sizes.
And it's always like, oh, now we see that the customer need is this, so we need to go into that market. Probably the reason why they put them in boxes is because, okay, we have to understand that we're marketing to this type of person and now we're marketing to this type of person.
I know some of them hate the word curvy model because they're just doing modeling. Just a human being, just a body.
You have to fit into specific boxes. Either you have to be really small, like a traditional model, or you have to be bigger to be a plus size model.
At the end of the day, there shouldn't be any terms, it's just normal.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, definitely.
I would love if the industry dropped the plus. That would be the perfect case scenarios, that we were just models. I just don't think the industry is there yet.
You know, we have a lot of plus size brands, which is like only plus size and which has been in the game for like 20 years or more. And back then it was like very normal to use plus size. So I feel that plus size is not actually always positive thing. I hear a lot of women calling themselves plus size, for instance, but I hear at least as many, even though that they are a larger size, not using any words to define, you know, their body. Okay, Ida. Hi, Ida. Hello, hi. I was so lucky to actually know Ida for many years ago with my previous company, right?
Since 2015, I think.
Not more? I feel that. Maybe, yeah, 2015.
Or maybe it was 2014, actually.
Yeah. Actually, I was introduced from a former model we used, and she was like, I just met a former classmate, and she was so beautiful, Heidi, you need to check her out. And I think actually you were dreaming about being a model at that time. So I saw the pictures of Ida and I was like, okay, we need to get her into this company as well as a model. We were talking about earlier about what is the plus word doing for like a woman. And for me, it's like putting persons into categories. And not everybody thinks it's nice to be put into that category because maybe she doesn't see herself as a plus like that.
I definitely think we should drop the plus size, like plus in front of models. But the thing is, I think it's difficult because it is also an industry term. And I think the problem comes when people take an industry term and put it into real life. But I understand why people do that. But also, I think what could make it drop is if it becomes so normal for all companies to have all sizes. There's still like rules, so you still have to have the right measurements. So you still have to be hourglass preferably. You still have to have like there's still all of these things that you have to live up to. So what I would love to see is to see like apple shapes, like pear shapes, like all different kind of shapes, because that is also the consumer on the market. We have our outlets of where we can voice our opinions, then at some point it will almost be like it's out not to have model inclusivity. And if you see it as well, if you see like on the fashion weeks as well, brands that have said before that they would never hire plus size models are now hiring plus size models. So I don't think you can never or ever say never, because things change. I get very annoyed when brands, they either hire one curvy model or one brown person or black person or one Asian, and that's it, and they're representing the whole community behind it. Like, stop selling an illusion. We are over that era.
Ja, det er fedt. Super, fedt.
I'm convinced that we will be heading a future where the fashion industry is being more inclusive, and that means that you are like focusing on that not everybody has a body which is a size 34 to 42. I hope that the brands who is like working with nice design and working with nice fabrics, and not only the larger commercial brands, but also the independent brands, that they want to see the opportunities that we actually have if we work with diversity.
Everybody, it's a wrap!
For me personally, clothes means a lot. It's like, it's a way to show your surroundings, a little bit about yourself in a very short time, because we know, everybody knows that I think you have like a few seconds and then people are already having a mindset about you, who they think you are. But also for me as personal, I know when I'm wearing something that actually is not me, I feel not empowered. But when I have something on me which is, I feel is comfortable, suitable to my body, and I feel that it reflects my identity, then it's just giving me more empowerment, because I feel better. So having the possibilities, no matter color, shape, size, being included in a brand or a community, wearing something where you like feel like yourself, it's empowerment.